It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Ravens and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now 2nd and 9.
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
And it's 3-0 Washington. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only.
And we drop you in at the start of this next possession in a 3-0 ball game. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 20 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's 1st down as a tackle made up at the 48-yard line. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Back to throw now on 1st down. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to...
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 37. 25 yards there on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this 1st half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
It got his man complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man Samuel.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Back to throw again, being chased out left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open, he just throws it away. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have... All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And able to get this out to the 25. So here is Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
3rd and 4.
They'll drop to throw.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Looking to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year.
Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for two.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're...
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And some room to run now.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he gets it up past the 35.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. He's to the 15.
Touchdown, Washington. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A right side run with Patterson. He'll take this to the 46.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Now inside the 25.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Handoff running left, Patterson.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a...
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles.
It's the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Play action. Now it's Murray. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
The Cardinals at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly...
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. 7-7, our score after 1. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken right on the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the... They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Here's Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Yards, first down Cardinals.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Throwing again, Murray. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 16-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying the ball game. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cardinals ready. First down, Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down. Here's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Murray off play action. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Out to his left.
That is caught.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Murray now on 1st down. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Murray now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown.
The Cardinals offense staying put. Obviously, watch out for Kyler's legs. They'll go for 2 here.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on... They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. There's a nice move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
63 yards rushing for him now to this point. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Now Murray. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 66 yards.
And the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not yards to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
It's taken to the 26. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And they will take over for...
After the turnover, here's Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing now is Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Rondale Moore.
His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Cardinals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams.
It's week 4 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. He was excellent a week ago.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 22 carries, 115 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Here's Purdy. Oh, and that is incomplete. The Niners at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Purdy looking to throw.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Back to throw, Purdy.
He's got it. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Niners respond to that opening. On first down, it's Purdy. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey. On first down, Purdy. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
Down to the 42, second down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That gain on third down, good for 28. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun now with Purdy. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Purdy now to throw. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, he'll take a shot for McCaffrey downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. This is taken at about the 14. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They go play action here. Purdy. That is caught. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Second down, here's Purdy to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Final play of the half, Purdy. Oh, he'll take a shot for McCaffrey downfield.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Purdy off the play fake.
Touchdown! Deebo Samuel. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And shutting it off, now open field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
Now the ball comes loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they take possession of the football and have...
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. They'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run with a fullback, use check. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him?
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
And Smith, this throw finds Smith and Jigba. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Smith, that's to the pylon and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the 49ers are...
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
This is Samuel.
Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Now... And Ellen
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look at Joe Burrow. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Bengals and the Raiders, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas. So following the fumble, this offense will get another shot at it as they quickly head back onto the field. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And he slings one that's incomplete. Looking for Michael Mayer on the play, and it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. You talk about this Bengals defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his first. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this 1st quarter. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
No gain on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. The Raiders had 0-3 here to begin the campaign, and you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Open man, it's Mayer in the end zone for the Raiders. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile, we do have an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Garoppolo's, and this throw brought in here by Mayer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Garoppolo now. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw is Garoppolo. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It was Myles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati... So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the 1st half. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's across midfield. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Carlson able to put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So a capper there to a pretty good 1st half.
And I love the what.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Miles Murphy picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's A.J. Cole now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Now we take a glance. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo.
That is incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and...
Here we go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. It's caught here by Adams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
3rd and 2.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Here we go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
2nd and 12.
It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw pulled in by Renfro. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo.
Caught by Mayer.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Play action. Garoppolo.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Raiders.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Miles Murphy able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's A.J. Cole now,
standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Now it's Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
So Garoppolo and the Raiders now. Down 27-24. A minute 52 to play. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got him with a first down. But that's not going to help the cause as he stops short of the 10. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
To throw is Garoppolo.
Gets this to Myers.
What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do, and think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
He has Mayer complete, and he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I don't know. Shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Garoppolo to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
Now Garoppolo. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their... Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just
It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see Bryce Young. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Panthers and the Cowboys on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Young now. And Sanders has got it complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away.
This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The numbers for Sanders last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when...
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Young to throw it.
He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
The Panthers at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
They go play action. Young. And his throw here's incomplete.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
And they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Young.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0. So 2nd quarter, this offense losing and hoping to get the football in the end zone for the first time.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, marking down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
They'll go again with Sanders. Shifts by him. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
And that